Welcome back into WLOY, Loyola Radio, streaming online at WLOY.org and Campus TV channel 111.1. This is After the Whistle with Jeffrey Bazzi and Jimmy Cody. We're going to pick back up where we left off before the break. We're going to talk about some more football, specifically the Sunday night football game last night that happened right here in Baltimore between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. And we have Eddie Stankowick joining us now. So, Eddie, thank you for joining us. How's it going?
Pretty good, guys. Thank you for having me once again. Fun weekend of sports.
Yeah, it was a very fun weekend. All right, so let's hit on this Bengals-Ravens game. I think the story here was the Ravens defense finally showing up, and they had a gutsy 19-17 win over the Bengals. Again, the Bengals offense, I don't know what you make of them. I mean, there's times where they look good. There's times where they don't. And I'm sorry, they're just not playing as good as a unit as they need to be. There's a lot of talent on that side of the ball that's really not producing. I think they need to get a little bit more out of the run game throughout the season. I mean, Mixon did good yesterday, but also, too, their leading receiver, Hayden Hurst. I mean, you got Jamar Chase. I know T. Higgins is hurt, but you also have Tyler Boyd. And there's guys who can play out there. Also, too, a turnover from Burrow. This guy has not really played as great as last year. I mean, he came into the year as the darling of America. Everybody loved this guy. It was like Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow. He's done okay. He has not been great. He's done okay. He had a great run last year, but I need to see more than just one great run if we're going to make this, if we're going to don this guy as the next great quarterback like everybody wants to. I thought there were some games last year he was a complete no-show. Please go watch his game last year versus the Broncos. I mean, this guy did not do good on offense at all. I mean, there were some turnovers, missed throws. He got lucky on some bad coverages, but he only put up 13 points. I mean, and now he only puts up 17 here against a defense that's known for giving up the big play. And they did not work the ball down the field at all. I really didn't like Zach Taylor's approach.
Cody, I got to agree. Both teams actually didn't really play that well last night.
No, you're right.
Yeah, Lamar was not impressive. Defensive side of the ball for the Ravens as well. Too many penalties. Looks like they're even more banged up now. Marcus Williams is going to be out for a while. And the Bengals, I think the Bengals last year, a big reason they got to the Super Bowl was that they were healthy the entire year. They didn't really have many major injuries, and this year it's not really looking the same. And I don't know, Jamar isn't looking as good, and they could definitely miss the playoffs this year, I think. But Ravens got to improve as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up though about Lamar because we've seen this. He misses these deep throws that are wide open.
He was not playing well last night.
The one on fourth down was unbelievable.
Brutal. I mean, that was brutal.
It's a walk-in touchdown.
I mean, but there was two of them though.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was kind of a theme last night. And he also, again, for the Ravens, they have to find a way to run the ball. I mean, Lamar is the only guy on their team that they can actually rely on to get first downs at the end of the game. It's a little sad. I mean, they have Kenyon Drake. They have J.K. Dobbins. Like, they got to start using these guys.
They do well right now, Dobbins still because of his injury, I think.
Yeah, but Dobbins has been back. This is his third game back. He didn't play the first couple. Like, if you're in there, you got to be used. Well, if he's not the answer, and if Kenyon Drake is, maybe Kenyon Drake isn't that good, and maybe they need to find somebody else. Like, I can understand wanting to hold on to Dobbins, but, I mean, Kenyon Drake was a guy they picked up off the street.
Yeah, he was on the practice squad, I think, maybe a few weeks ago.
He was cut, I'm saying, though, from the Raiders. It's like they could have went out and got somebody better. They're not, like, tied to this guy because of money. Their hands aren't tied here.
Yeah, I agree they have to run it better, but they did pretty well last night. I mean, Jackson was 12 for 58. Dobbins was 8 for 44. Drake was 4 for 26. Duvernay 3 for 24. I mean, collectively, they did pretty good on the ground. Yeah. I'm not saying one guy was stealing the show, but I agree that
they need to have
Dobbins is going to get back to his somewhat old form before the injury. I have to give him the rock. And
why is it only 8 and 4? And then they're also giving 3 runs to their wide receiver too. Like, does that not concern anybody else that they got to work to get Duvernay the ball out of the backfield?
Yeah, it's concerning because that's not how you want to do it.
Yeah, especially when you have
can win you some games.
2 running backs. Yeah, you want better than that. I mean, it's very odd to me. That's just.
And then once again, Mark Andrews just does his thing. He had a very solid game.
Yeah, he is just always open. I mean, he gets himself open every time. I mean, again, for the receivers though, Baltimore's receiving is not great. I mean, Duvernay and Andrews literally had to carry, and then besides that, I don't think anybody else had more than 8 yards.
Yeah, they are sitting in first place, but yeah. They got a long way to go to get to the actual title.
I didn't think that was a pretty game by either team. And really just.
You know when Justin Tucker
Justin Tucker was really, I guess, the difference there.
Yeah, he's the man, Justin Tucker.
He is the man. He played awesome, and a good Ravens win. Next week, the Ravens play off against the Giants. That's going to be a huge game for them because the Giants are 4-1.